second place right now.
Definitely want to turn one. You know, there's definitely a lot less cars in the Masters. They make it.
Kevin Nowak is known to put on a show, and there's no give up in Kevin Nowak as he looks on the back bumper of that 85. Locatelli's got nothing to lose here as he goes to the driver's left. That's the 53 of Nowak. 85's not in the championship chase. Kevin Nowak is.
So I feel like you'd race him a little bit different versus if he was.
At the end of the day, it's just another car on the racetrack, right? Yeah. All of them want to win, and maybe a little bit of an off there for the 85 as they came by the start and finish line. You ride on board with Robert Gayton. I spoke. Look at those hands.
Really loose.
So he and Daryl Marr put up the battle yesterday as Daryl is under fire from the 88 of Barabel, and there goes Gallant to the other side.
Oh, he's off.
And Daryl's off the racetrack again. Those are 3 Go Motorsports cars as they battle, and Robert Gayton right in behind them was able to close in.
Side by side.
That's close. Wheel to wheel, Barabel, one of the drivers from Ireland, looking to pick up a spot on Darren Gallant. Slideways again.
That's a right here, and even after that, you got to set the next corner up. I mean, it's pretty. It doesn't look too fast, but I mean, it's a fast-paced track all throughout. I mean, then you got to worry about the next braking zone right after that process. It's definitely an action.
With this track being so technical, losing focus might be a little bit. Keeping focus might be a little more difficult for the Masters, is where I'm trying to go with this, I think. These guys have been around. They know a thing or two. What we saw with Daryl Marr and Robert Gayton yesterday, who happen to be nose to tail right now in their heat race, I don't want to say traded mistakes, but they went back and forth a little bit and a couple of offs, and now they find themselves again on the racetrack as you ride on board with Robert Gayton looking at the English Jewelers number 66.
I feel like VIR being a track that nobody ever really runs at, versus if we were to go to Charlotte or or Dominion, a place that people run a lot, people tend to make more mistakes in newer tracks because they don't know what to expect, and I feel like that's kind of why we've seen so many offs and so many wrecks here this weekend.
And I talked to Carl about it earlier. You unload on Friday and you're quick. Everybody tries to catch up to you at the end of the weekend, and now we see some drivers that we're good. There goes Gayton off the racetrack.
Yeah, outside was not a good idea.
And Hochstetler are going to pick up a spot.
That's definitely not the place you want to pass, is through that little corkscrew, but you want to try and get to the inside and try and have enough to clear the person on your inside, or else you're not going to have any speed going through that little next section. Maybe you could lose maybe 1 or 2 positions.
So they have traded offs in this battle for position number 5 on back. Raven's been able to pull away. Daryl Marr trying to pull away in the white 66. Now Hochstetler in the 31 right there as well. And Carl Cormier's back there bouncing off curbs.
Yeah, did the tire on the entry right there.
Speaking of the curbs, I mean, they are really hard on the tires. If you go look at one tire, it's got gashes and slashes all through that from those little tiny rumbles on the curbs are definitely a big factor in the tires. I mean, our tires all throughout 860 and all teams, I mean, it is all worn out all on the edges of the tires.
Another thing with us racing on rain tires instead of regular slick tires, they almost wear differently than a normal tire would, just in the way they wear.
And I know the big thing on Saturday after Friday's practice was cutting the course. We see a lot of these guys going up and bouncing over those curves. So how fine of a balance is it to try to not cut the course, but try to get that little bit of extra time that you need?
Well, if you barely cut the curbs here, so many people ran, it's almost like a pothole. So you hit it and you almost have to brace yourself for how hard the impact is. Or if you go a little bit farther to the left or right of it, then it's a little bit smoother, but then they've made that illegal. So now you almost want to get as close to not being on the curb as you can while being on it.
It's a fine line as the 85 continues to lead. Locatelli is your leader, the 53 of Nowak in a second, and then Gallant and Barabel in the 88 looking to pick up the 3rd place position, and we see them down through one. Little dust being kicked up by that blue 88. That's going to lose a little bit of ground on the 05.
He's got a big gap back though, so he doesn't have to worry about anything.
But now you're going to try to reel him back in, right?
Yeah.
So the 85 of Locatelli, there's a good look at some of those curves down there in the free, and there's almost a tip on the other side of the curves as well, right?
Yeah. If you get hooked in that, it's pretty good, but don't lose too much. Because in those corners, you kind of ride the curve on it and see, like through this little S section, it's like a little pothole. Yep. But versus going down the hill through 3, you can almost ride it, and the curve will like hook you around it.
Yeah, that was definitely a faster yesterday, but I feel like today, if you go off too many times on those curves, it started to slowly knock the toe out as the race went on. If you kept dipping that either side off the track, it started hurting, and it was definitely not the optimal line through that whole entire S section.
And you don't want to hit the curbs too hard, because part of the reason so many people have spilled oil on the track this weekend is something will break within the car because of how hard they're hitting the curb.
So we saw some excitement in this battle a couple of laps ago. It looks like they've calmed down just a little bit. Robert Gayton, you ride on board with the 1, looking up at Lonnie Hochstetler in the 31, the 66 of Daryl Marr is 4th. Check that 5th. The top 4 broken away, and even Locatelli right now is beginning to pull away from the rest of this field.
It's definitely a nice spread out open field. You know, I thought it was going to be a closer race, but you know, they're starting to slowly get away from each other, and the championship is slowly calming down. But as the 2 championship contenders are pretty close to each other, as 2 car lengths separate them.
Yeah, nose to tail right now, pretty much. A couple of car lengths between those 2 that are fighting for the national championship, and Kevin Nowak in the white and black 53 and the 05 of Darren Gallant. And I think that 88, the Barable, will be there, but we've still got 12 laps to go, still plenty of time as you look at the points as they run unofficially, and Nowak just ahead of the 05, not only in the points but also on the racetrack. And they've caught the 85 of Locatelli.
I think it's going to be a good race towards the end, as we're not even going to yet, but it's still a pretty decently close race in between all of them.
Top 4, if somebody makes a mistake or somebody has off, they're going to capitalize, and then it's a way back to position number 5. Waiting to see Daryl Marr in the picture, and there he is all the way back there. So it's a ways back.
53 of Kevin Nowak, he's barely catching our leader right now. It's going to take him a while, but once he gets there, maybe the 85 will start blocking, and that'll definitely help him catch him quicker.
And he's got some laps to do it too. We'll come by this next time and have 10 laps to go halfway through in the Masters. And we saw obviously the action in the semi-pro feature. These guys not yet, but the accordion is starting to come back together with 11 laps to go, make it 10 laps to go this time by. So your leader is Locatelli, Nowak in 2nd, Gallant in 3rd. Those are the 2 that are battling for the national championship. Brabel in 4th, and then it's about 6 seconds or so back to Daryl Marr in the 66. And that battle that was a very entertaining battle in the opening couple of laps has kind of spread themselves apart as they continue to work around here and log laps. 10 completed and 10 laps to go in the Masters feature.
I mean, I've known Nowak for a long time. He has the knowledge to get around the 85, but he's definitely thinking of the bigger picture here. I don't know if he'll want to go for the race winner of the championship, but it's definitely helped. He's been to a whole lot of tracks like Labrador, New Hampshire, Howlett, all of the tracks up there in Thompson. You know, it's definitely helped him for this big picture here for the championship.
If Kevin gets close enough, does that championship picture just come out of mind?
Big mess up for the leader right there. He's side by side.
Almost
get
at
it
it.
to him. Oh, I don't know what happened. He lost all his momentum.
Something amiss with the 53 of Nowak, and there goes his closest championship rival around him in the 05, Darren Gallant. Gallant sideways, Nowak there as well. And Barabel's got nothing to lose in this 88. He's not going for a championship. He wants to win a race.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there. A lap car held up our leader, and then Nowak was by the side of him and got really slow. I don't know what could have happened. Yeah, but he was side by side, and they were both on the same speed, and he just stopped.
So we'll see if he can get that momentum back and see if he can build anything. The good thing for Locatelli is he is out in front of this field. The 05 of Gallant now in 2nd, and you look back at that 88 car, you almost think that the 53 of Nowak has to play a little bit of defense as much as he does trying to catch the 05, right?
53 is so much quicker, though. He doesn't really have to worry about what's behind him. He can almost just focus on what's ahead of him.
He's there again on the 05 of Gallant.
Yes.
Ooh. Oh, he missed him. He tried to get to his rear bumper. He's starting to get a little impatient with 8 to go.
You got to go now, especially if you let that leader go, right?
Yeah. The 88's putting on pressure on him, telling him, let's go.
53 missed it. Oh, he's off the racetrack.
Nice little save back onto the racetrack as Darren Gallant leads unofficially in the championship standings. It's literally one spot back and forth between those two. But Barabel wants to go. He wants to win a race. He wants to have an opportunity to get a trophy out of this thing, but he looks like he gains a little bit of momentum and then loses it, especially up there in 1.
Nowak has so much speed, he doesn't have to worry about the 88. He's already built that gap back up. Oh, big. This is the guy in front of him misses the corner, and now he's going to be right on him as we exit turn 4.
Trying to force a mistake and trying to get a mistake out of the driver in front of you is Nowak in the 53 and all over Gallant. Had the off here the last time by. Looks like he's going to keep it on the racetrack this time as they come to 6 to go.
As I know, Gallant and Nowak are really good friends because they raced with each other all through Loudon and New Hampshire and all those tracks up there, whatever tracks they all run. As you know, they laugh, they have, you know, whatever they do is they have fun, and you know, it's definitely. I'm wondering what Nowak's going to do to get to the 05, and once he gets to him, what he's going to do.
Was Nowak in the mirror looking at the 88?
I don't know what happened. I think he got loose, missed the corner, and that's cost him another spot. It's still loose, but the 88, he can easily get back by, I think.
Is he thinking maybe the 88 can get to Darren Gallant, maybe make it a little bit easier?
No, because the only reason that they weren't catching the 05 is because the 53 was putting on so much pressure. I think he's got to get by at the 88 to get to the 05. As we say that, the 88 catching up to the 05 through that section of the racetrack. He's going to be on him in 3 if he has a good turn.
And as these spots continue to change, Locatelli continues to pull away. It's almost 2 seconds between your top 2, and there goes Gallant running a little wide.
Now the 88's going to have to draft one down the backstretch and be on him in 3.
Gonna have that run, gets right up to him. Does he make the move here?
No, outside's not going to work. Going to have to set up to move him in 4.
So here comes Nowak back into the picture.
And there's some lap cars up ahead of this battle as well, so keep your eye on that as Gallant continues to show the way in this battle for position number 2. We kind of caught those. There's 2 or 3 cars, I believe, ahead of the leader. The leader hasn't caught them yet, though. They'll come by this time to 4 to go.
Here's our lap traffic.
That's Dwayne Holder, Michael Sauer, as they battle hard for those positions. Brian Waller in the 4, also on the road.
He's off the racetrack.
As he goes off, that'll ruin the momentum through the whole straightaway, and there he goes.
And that's going to give Kowak a really big gap and the championship lead.
It's almost like they're trading mistakes.
It is. If I'm Kowak, I'm just going to be careful now, because if I see the 05s getting closer to me, then I'll try to put the pressure and try to make a move on the 88. But I'm going to hold my spot right now and just make no mistakes.
And make sure the 05 doesn't get back to you in the next 4 laps of this one, as the 88 of Brabel now in position number 2, Nowak to 3rd, and Gallant back there in 4th trying to catch them. Locatelli continues to lead this thing, trying to bring it home to Italy in the Masters feature with 3 to go.
He's got a big gap. It's going to be really hard for him to lose this race.
Got to keep it on. Oh, by the way, there's some lap traffic ahead.
Well, I think he'll be able to get more a little bit.
Dwayne Holder and Michael Sauer have been battling for that 12th place position the last little bit, so we'll see how that plays out for the leaders as the 88 of Brabel in a 2nd, and here comes
They wrecked each other.
lap traffic goes around. Everybody's going to tiptoe their way through this. Sauer's coming back out on the racetrack. doesn't it? Or at least gives them an opportunity.
This will be big because now they know they're fighting for the championship. So
will that be a penalty for the 4? He waited for the caution, full course caution to come out before he started moving
that's
again.
a good point.
I know they warned them in the drivers' meeting, I think Friday.
Yeah.
So that will bring the field back with 2 laps to go. This battle here, there's no championship battle here, but there has to be a little bit of nationality pride with you have an Italian leading, a driver from Ireland in position number 2. They don't usually get to come over and race legend cars over here at an event like Road Course World Finals. So you have to believe there's some pressure on with these two too, right?
Yeah, I mean, those two have definitely raced road course all this season. I mean, they don't really race much oval on that other side. They definitely have the road course experience it takes to both win this race.
We'll take a look at the replay. It happened right in front of the leaders. The 4 could not get going before the caution flag flew. Green car right there, it looked like was off already.
Yeah, he ran off the racetrack and merged, and the 84 was there and just didn't realize it, and they both ran into each other.
It's Michael Sauer in the 84, the 4 of Waller. One more look at it. Keep your eye on the left-hand side of your screen.
I'm trying to figure out what happened to the 88 as well. It's like he missed the corner, he missed the brake. Oh, that might have been the lap after.
And right there, the 4 is coming back on the racetrack, and the 84, I don't know if he didn't expect him to be there or whatever the case may be.
85's lucky he wasn't any closer than that because he could have been involved in that too.
And then he'll get up to Dwayne Holder and eventually pass Dwayne Holder, but gave him a little bit of trouble trying to get by.
Here's the end car from the 1.
This gives an opportunity for a guy like Robert Gayton to pick up a couple of spots at the end. He's got Carl Cormier ahead of him. Points as they run unofficially. Robert Gayton sits 3rd. Nowak and Gallant 1 spot in between them. As they will, looks like they're going to slow the field down here maybe. Car that was there is off the racetrack, so maybe they may be looking for some debris or something on the racetrack before we send these drivers off. Still one more feature to go. The Pro Division is up next to close off road course.
They better get set up.
Yeah, they're double file now, getting ready to come back to the green flag. So green-white checker finish to this one. 2 laps to go. Gayton and Cormier are going to line up side by side. You're right on board with Robert Gayton, right behind Lonnie Hochstetler in car number 31. As we are green flag racing.
Right off the racetrack.
If you're Rails off the racetrack in the 88.
She's going to drop all the way back now.
That's a tough break for the 88.
Nowak now has a 66 in between him, giving him a little bit of a cushion.
And Darryl Marr in between those two, Nowak and Gallant. And if you're Darryl Marr, you've got nothing to lose in the points championship either. You got to push and you got to get going. The 85 of Locatelli under fire from the 53. Here he goes.
Side by side. 53 is going to get the position because he's going to have a preferred line. Oh, he gives it up.
And Darryl Marr is on his back bumper looking to take something away here at the end of it. They come off a 5. They'll come to the white flag this time. Locatelli is going to see it first. And if you're in behind the 85, you know you've got to go. The 85 is going to hit his marks in order to come back and take a Road Course World Finals win.
I think for Nowak, it's just going to be a better, simpler idea to just wait for an opportunity if it comes, but if it doesn't, just seal the championship as the 85 will try and block the inside.
Nowak,
big slip.
He got that run, so did the 66 and Darryl Marr on the back of Locatelli. It's closed in, about 5 others in behind them, the 85. Trying to wrap this one up and take a win home to Italy as they work down towards turn number 5. Through the S's, the 85 is solid. Checkered flag's going to come out, and Locatelli is going to bring one home to Italy. He wins the Road Course World Finals for the Masters. Nowak, Marr, Gallant, and Hochstetler, your top 5. So unofficially, it'll be Kevin Nowak taking home that championship.
Yeah, he did everything he needed to do in that race. He did have a couple of mistakes, but got fortunate that Gallant also had mistakes. But he did a great job being able to hold it off.
So you have Italy, USA, and Canada in the top 3. And the the 88 might not be happy.
Yeah, I don't know what happened on that restart. Obviously, we saw him go off. Definitely.
And those two are, I think they both race for go, don't they? Well, they're going to have to come off the racetrack here, right?
Yeah. He's running out of the way. He's trying to get away from him.
He's
not
happy.
They are still having a conversation.
He's gonna stop. Yeah, I don't think INEX is going to have a lot of fun with that.
I'm more interested when they get back to the trailer because they're parked at the same team. They're both running for go.
We have a replay of what happened.
This is the restart. So the 05 is behind them.
Gives them a big shot.
Oh, right there. They're hooked.
Yeah, oh, there. He clobbered the curb and got all jumbled up. I think that's what got him hooked. And then...
Yeah, he pushed him right off.
Yeah.
It allows Daryl Marr to get by, to get a podium finish out of that one. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's one of those championship-defining moments, right?
Yeah.
So we can't see past the tech area, but I believe... Well, Darren would have to go to tech anyway, so it might give them some time to kind of cool down.
Well, based off how mad he was, I think he'll go right in the tech with him.
Might have a visitor down there.